We were going into a country where we didn't know what laid across the border. The end result is a bunch of people that are just not quite the same anymore.
You always feel like all these things that no one can relate to, so you always do feel kind of like that outsider.
Talk to me, what's going on over there?
One day, you just step off a plane and, you're supposed to just go back to life as normal, and you can't.
I was trained to fight. I was well trained to fight, and I was good at it. We were all good at it. But nobody sat me down and trained me how to cope with returning to society after I'd been in war. Nobody.
The enemies are going down that road over there. All right, I just don't want them in the kill zone.
There's a million and one memories that I wouldn't trade for anything, but if I didn't have them, I'd thank my lucky stars.
It's like a step out of reality.
The artillery just pounding and the Cobras overhead.
You could smell death, like you just knew there was death somewhere.
It was the only time I thought I was gonna die.
I remember seeing boom, boom, boom.
I just felt sick. I couldn't even describe. So angry that someone had shot at my friends and tried to hurt them.
Staff sergeant Sexton calls over the radio and he tells us get the hell out of there right now.
Vidania was shot in the head, and first time I saw him, I saw blood coming out of all over his head where he'd been hit.
And I can hear, oh God, not now. Not now. Oh God, oh God.
They called in the evac for Vidania. And it's funny because you see in the movies how they scream for their moms and stuff, and that's what he did.
The men of Fox Company's 2nd Battalion, 23rd Marines became the tip of the sword in Operation Iraqi Freedom. Tonight, those men are back home on American soil.
I joined the military before September 11th, and I joined because I believed in the fundamental ideas of the United States, ideas of small government, individual freedom, the Constitution, things like that. I've always had this very strong appreciation for the United States and America and what it gives people. And my mom's an immigrant, and I think a lot of immigrants are the same way.
We do have a lot of people in the family who have served in the armed forces, so, and we just consider it an honor to be patriotic.
And as a little kid, I was always interested in the military. There's something about me that connected to it, the idea of like heroes and heroism and service and honor.
I mean, I'm the guy in our squad bay that was just give me a chance to talk about politics and anything. I'd jump to it because I just love it. It's just in me.
I've never sat down one-on-one with a psychologist or a therapist and talked about my war experiences. But truly, there's not a single war experience that I haven't talked about. For me, that's been my therapy.
We'd like to pay a little tribute to the armed force of the United States of America.
I know you're gonna like these guys. Representing the Marines is Lance Corporal Earl Simmons, a Lehigh resident who's just completed a tour of duty in Iraq. Semper Fi, Semper Fidelis, always faithful. Rings loud and clear.
guess I'm kind of your average, just American kid. Just played football and ran track.
He came home his senior year, and he'd already talked to recruiters, already knew where he wanted to go long before he mentioned it to his parents. We always planned on him serving a 2-year LDS mission, and that's why he joined the reserves and not full-time military.
When I would talk to my Marine buddies that were returned missionaries, they'd been like, what we went through here in Iraq was hard, but they're like, our mission's harder. And so for that, for me, it's like, oh my gosh. You know, like, Iraq was really hard. The scripture always comes back to me. It's the one that talks about much is given, much is required. Being to Iraq and seeing how much I've been blessed my whole life, I know that much is required of me, so that's the reason I'm going.
I promised to write. All right.
I'll try to write.
I'm mad.
Why did you join the Marines?
Honestly, can I swear? Okay, because I was a fat ass in high school and I wanted to be in shape.
Matthew was out for adventure.
But that was before the
That was way before
notoriety
the
that it
Iraq
has now.
or anything.
But I don't think he was going because he wanted to prepare for war.
No, and I don't think he really thought that was a real possibility.
My dad was in the Air National Guard for 20 years, and he got mobilized once. And I'm just like, what's the likelihood of me getting mobilized in 6 years? That's just how it goes, you know? Sign up to do a job, and eventually you probably are gonna have to do it in this day and age.
I was just kidding.
I'm 23 years old, and I feel like I'm 90. I'm hoping I can make out this semester, because after that, I'd be like, I finished another semester of school. I'm that much closer to what I want to do. I want to get a degree. I'm closer to it. Commander's intent is Staff Sergeant Sexton is to harass, destroy the enemy. Checkpoint 3 is 1 through 9, 7 through.
No, I just want to be normal again. Go to school, get a degree, make a lot of money, get married, have kids. I was the kind of kid that grew up playing G.I. Joe and reading about World War II and thinking I should have been born then.
Even when he was just a little tiny kid, he could walk out of the house, and if there was a military plane flying overhead, he could identify it. And I would just look at him and say, how do you know that? Because I know he didn't learn it from me.
A long time ago, I decided that I will always fight for what this country stands for, no matter what I have to endure. I remember when I came home, I really did feel like an outcast, completely. But that went away pretty quickly, and now I feel totally normal. That's exactly why I went over there, you know, is to fight for that way of life, so it's good to just be normal.
Move up! Heads to suppress!
There's a lot of challenges that a Marine that's in the Marine Reserves faces that his active duty counterparts don't have to. Trying to maintain a job, trying to take care of a family as a civilian, and then one weekend a month coming in, taking part in the Marine duties is a challenge. A lot of our Marines are college students, firemen, policemen. The mobilizations are a significant impact on the daily lives of the Marines and their families.
Corporal Christopher J. Nibley.
We were in Kuwait for about 30 days. We moved up on the Kuwaiti-Iraqi border, the full attack into Iraq.
We were just aimlessly driving through the desert. Of course, that all left when we rolled into Nasiriyah.
It went from heaven to hell that fast.
It was something you'd see in the apocalypse.
We saw the scenes from the firefight the night before, you know, there was dead bodies around.
It was a weird feeling to drive over bumps and then seeing the bump that you went over as a dead corpse.
It'd be like just a string of bodies as they'd all run out, you know, to get in the fight. They just got cut down by machine guns.
The charred ones that were still moving, I can't get those images out of my head.
I can still feel it, I can still see things.
Dispatch 28, 1063 Boca Meter.
28.
Slot 35, row 1, meter 45, and it reads out of order. Things that make me nervous don't make other people, like regular people that have never been to, say, a war would make nervous. Well, I just don't like going out to public places anymore since I've been home. Kind of freaks me out. Apparently I'm not right in the head or something. I don't know, it's my therapist thinks, but I'm 24 years old and I'm seeing a therapist. This is you, isn't it? Oh, you're lucky, man. You're dang lucky. Yeah, it turns out I can't sleep, I get really depressed, you name it. There's all kinds of problems. Since I've been home, I just I have a hard time trusting people.
Shortly after he came home, we were hunting and we saw a deer. And it was his turn to shoot. So he got down, got a rest, you know, to prepare for a shot. And he couldn't shoot. He kept taking his hand off the gun. And he says, my hand's gone numb. And finally, he did shoot. But all of a sudden, I realized then that there's something wrong in his head. One thing that was apparent really quickly is he came home and he couldn't sleep. He couldn't sleep at night, and one time he told me, he said, when I close my eyes, all I see is dead bodies. Nobody was pulling the wool over anybody's eyes when they talked about post-traumatic stress. It was the real deal.
Thanks for hesitating there, bonehead. Appreciate it. How about yield to the pedestrians? Something like that?
A couple months ago, moved to Seattle with my mom and my sister. Basically just because I just felt like I wanted to be anonymous. And so I came up here and, you know, I got a job working graveyards. One of my favorite parts is I don't think when I'm here. I just focus totally just on the job. I don't have to think about Iraq, and I don't think about all these different things that are always in my mind the rest of the time. When I got home from Iraq, I basically just focused on trying to be as normal as possible, just because my family, I mean, it's just really hard on them. Since I've been back, I've been trying to live peacefully for their sakes, and I've just been miserable.
I am totally against war of any kind, and I don't like the military. Yeah, we have sort of a don't ask, don't tell policy about war and politics.
I've never really talked about it with anybody in my family, which is pretty much the way I prefer it.
Part of me just want to hear how hard it was. No. So I don't think, you know, in that vein, I don't think I'm the one, really, to help him, because I just don't think I could hear it. I'm just hoping that if things come up, he'll get some help. I tell him now that if he gets called again, I'll shoot him. Break his knee or something, because I couldn't live through it again.
It's a big part of my life, the military and Iraq, and I don't like talking about it to people that I know won't understand, so that makes it hard to get close to anybody.
It is shaping up to be the ultimate expression of free speech.
Just 2 weeks before the presidential election, UVSC has booked controversial filmmaker Michael Moore, and not everyone is happy about it.
Do you know Michael Moore's coming?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm all over that. Oh, I'm all over that. Have you seen Fahrenheit 9/11?
Oh, no. Sorry.
No, that's probably for the best. Why give him money? He portrays like the whole Iraq War as if we invaded this innocent country. We didn't deserve it, and he makes soldiers in Iraq look like barbarians, and really portrays us pretty badly. We're at Utah Valley State College, about to see Michael Moore speak. I'd like to ask him how he could possibly claim to support the troops when 80% of them don't support him. That movie was one of the most destructive forces on my psyche in the last 6-7 months of my life.
Without further ado, I present to you Michael Moore.
Do we have any veterans in here today?
Right here.
Any veterans of the Iraq War? Anyone currently serving in the Guard or Reserve? Stand up, please. Stand up.
We don't agree with
and
you.
Please accept our gratitude and our thanks.
We don't agree with you.
To this great country. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you, all veterans. I can't express the gratitude that I and everyone in here feels for that gift. It is
funny way of
that
showing
gift
it.
should never be abused. Never be abused.
We have to solve the problem. And so whether or not you wanted to go to war doesn't matter. If Michael Moore wanted to know what it was like for soldiers in Iraq, he would interview soldiers in Iraq.
Yeah, exactly.
Slaughtering?
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
You said you were there.
Yeah, I was there.
Okay. You are a lost little soul.
All right, you know what? I'm done. I'm not going to get through to you. You're not going to get through to me.
Well, no.
I appreciate what you're saying, but I'm
original
done.
battle behind.
A regular mission is 2 years, and I came home after 10 months, and there's some certain issues that caused that I couldn't stay out any longer.
He wasn't medically released. I think he would prefer self-medication as alcohol than doctor's medication. They tried some antidepressants and some sleeping pills and, some therapy to work through his situation. And I just think it got to a boiling point for him that he needed to come home.
For a while after the war, I didn't have any nightmares or flashbacks or anything, but about 6 months I started noticing little things here and there. And then it got a lot worse. You'd remember a date, like this is the date that we crossed the border last year, or this is the date that we made it through Aunt Nazaria, stuff like that. You just remember little funny things like that. And especially when I was near the Muslim populations, I would always be off in kind of a daze. My companions would remark to me all the time that, they thought I was daydreaming, or they'd ask me what I was thinking about, or why was I acting weird. Living in the Mormon culture, serve a mission and to come home early is just like you couldn't cut it. I remember landing in Salt Lake City and sitting there on the airplane and getting ready to board off. The butterflies in my stomach and the nervousness was pretty overwhelming. I remember thinking that, I wasn't even this nervous when we crossed over the border into Iraq. And the minute I got off the plane, it seems like the struggle's just magnified.
You just don't know what they saw and how close to the surface it is. I just wish you could take the pain away. You wish you could make it better and put a Band-Aid on it and fix it.
I wasn't happy in Utah. And so I figured maybe I'll be happy in Seattle. And so when I moved up here and I realized I'm not happy here either, I realized that I'll probably not be happy anywhere. I hope that one day I'll just be able to go through a whole day without having to worry about what's going on in Iraq and why everyone's so divided back here. But I don't know if that'll ever happen.
You have your gear here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm pretty sure they can get you out today.
Okay, cool. Hey, Carter, can I check out? I don't think I could be satisfied with my service until I was dead, because people have died defending this country. If I could take the place of the next person who died in Iraq, I would, in a heartbeat.
Deputy, where you going, man?
Going to Iraq, Sergeant.
Where?
Going to Iraq.
When?
January 23rd.
Why?
Because, man, that's where the war is. Wish me luck. Thanks, Sergeant. When I decided that I wanted to go back to Iraq, it's the most at peace I've felt since I got back.
He said, I feel like I need to go back. And I said, well, how many times do you think you'll need to go back? You know, not that that should be what he bases his decisions on, but I don't think he really has a clue how bad that was for all of us. I mean,
I don't think anybody understands that I want to go back because I want to help, you know? That's the reason I want to go back. I feel like this is the most good I can do for the world. My family, you know, if they love me, they'll understand, and if not, then I'm sorry. But, I mean, I can't just be miserable. You can either have that or just put it in my parents' basement. If you're not gonna have it. Call me when you get there. Yeah,
I'm not as sad as I thought I would be, and I think it's because I know that that's what he wants. And I know that he doesn't want us to be sad. I think he'll be fine. No matter what happens.
Sparkly? They love it. They love sparkles. And this one, they love colors. That's colorful.
I always knew I wanted to be with somebody who had a strong desire to make things better.
I told her I had 3 specific things that I looked for in a woman, and the number one thing was that they were really sincerely compassionate, that they actually care about other people, and I know she does. Sometimes I'm just an asshole, and she doesn't let me be an asshole. She makes me do things. She makes me get out there. She makes me work. She makes me accountable. She keeps me honest, and she keeps me moving forward.
Almost done. Dang.
I've been back long enough that, you know, it's still in the past for me. I'm not dealing with issues from the war anymore, and I'm not dealing with stuff. And truthfully, I never really was. I don't really think I've ever really been dealing with stuff. Like, I've always felt like I coped, and then I moved on.
I think he might have PTSD more than he thinks he does. I'm not sure Mark necessarily has it, but I look at the issues he kind of has that we've dealt with, and maybe that being part of it. I think the first and the worst day that we've dealt with, like the shutdown, you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Where he really shut down, and he was kind of not depressed, but just not wanting to talk about enjoyable things or about the good things in life, and he was just kind of shut down. And he talked about trying to reconcile the issue of killing a person.
When I wasn't a kid, I was a Marine. That's my job. We go out and we kill other human beings, and we're very good at it. It's very easy to feel like you're just this ugly thing that no one loves or understands or respects. It's very lonely. I'm lucky to have Jana. She understands who we are deep down inside, and I think that's why I'm lucky, because she is so emotionally mature that she can grasp it on those levels and understand it the way she does.
Fast? Really fast.
Why do you go mountain biking?
Relaxes me, adrenaline, I don't know, it's fun. It's a challenge, gets me away from everybody. The woods is about the only place I think I'm really relaxed. I couldn't imagine my life anymore without the wilderness and the serenity of it. It's good times.
How often do you come?
As much as I can, at least 2 or 3 times a week, at least, if not more.
Falling away, you reach for the sun.
That's called, I can't do that. Watching me on a date is like watching an animal die slowly from a gut shot wound.
Well, how long has it been since you've been on one?
March, April, May, June, July, 3, maybe 4 or 5 months. I've been on maybe like a grand total of maybe 4 dates in the last 2 years. So I don't get out much, unless it's the bike or hike or climb, or I don't get out with the ladies.
That's what it's all about right there. That's what it's all about. I turned on the camera because I basically just wanted to express how I feel about my current situation. As soon as we got over here, they basically crushed my hopes and dreams and told us that we're basically going to be doing camp guard as long as we're here. I would murder somebody if I knew that that would get me off this base, and I would especially do anything to do something where I felt like I was helping somebody. We're not gonna do anything, we're just walking through the desert again, so I'm not gonna turn my camera on again until something interesting happens, because this is stupid. We've been walking like all day, and they have no plan on how to resupply us. Do you have any comment on today's activities?
Yeah.
What is it?
It is a wonder America has ever won a war with the way we run off on these cluster missions. This is stupid.
We're awesome.
How you feel about this command?
I'm done talking about Marines. Ask me something else.
Do you miss home at all?
Not one bit.
Really?
You want me to reposition those guys that got functional weapons?
When I got home from my mission, I switched over from the Marine Corps Reserve to the 19th Special Forces, which is in the Utah National Guard. Sometimes I think if I get back on track with the military and get doing, you know, the stuff that I want to do, maybe that will help. And so I'm trying to do that by going back to school. And, you know, sometimes I think, you know, maybe if I get in the dating life and, you know, get it all, maybe that will help.
Lots of times you don't see him struggling. It's only once in a while that you see the shadow come over his eyes and you know that something's bothering him or hurting.
You get drunk one night and you have a good time that night and it feels good. You don't wake up in the middle of the night because you're passed out. So, hey, it worked one night. Might as well try it again. You know, I just try to get through each day, the next day, without having too many problems.
He just works out real hard when he's, you know, stressed and hurting, whether it's running or lifting weights. You know, I think he physically tries to work out and sweat it out and make it go away.
Before I was even in the military, you know, sometimes you see an old guy, you know, you drive to Salt Lake, you see this old homeless bum, and he's got a camouflage jacket on and maybe an old military pack he's carrying around, and you can kind of think, maybe he's a Vietnam vet. And before, you know, you're like, what a bum, you know, I couldn't hack it, you know, what a little wimp. But then you go through it and you come home and, yeah, it changes the perspective a ton, because it's tough.
We used to always say this: all we gotta do is get out of the jungle, and the rest of our life is a piece of cake. Because nothing could ever, ever, ever be that bad. I was lost for 10 years. A lot of drugs, a lot of alcohol, a lot of ways. It was almost like, you know, you didn't want to go there anymore. I just think time finally healed. You have to forgive, and you can't hold it against anybody, you know? I can forgive the government. I can forgive them for stealing what I had from my youth, because I felt like I was gonna beat it. I'm gonna beat this. I'm gonna show this country that they can't sweep us under the carpet. Pretty soon, the Vietnam veterans will be 80 years old, you know, and then we'll be forgotten. And then Iraqi veterans, the Gulf War veterans, will take our place. God bless them, man.
I am interning for Senator John Warner of Virginia. I plan on going to this protest this weekend, just for a little fun arguing with some fanatical communists. It's nice to be the voice of dissent in a, you know, mob of madness, I guess.
Why do you support it?
Because I believe, I didn't necessarily support how it started, but I believe if we pull out now, a lot of people are going to suffer because of it. What's that?
Why don't you go?
Go where?
Go to Iraq.
We already did.
We've been there for...
We're going back in a year.
You want to talk?
You want to go too? I know a good recruiter. You know, if you really believe in peace, prove it. Because I believe in what we're doing in Iraq, and I've proved it. I was willing to go over there and die, and I'm willing to go back and die because I believe in it. If they believe in peace, do something about it, other than marching and holding a damn sign. I kind of come through a process, I guess, of accepting what I'd been through. I don't feel like there's a whole lot the world could throw at me that could faze me.
It's very rewarding work to see kids come in that are, you know, F you, man. I'm not doing this, you know. And a couple months later, they're like, hey, what's going on? This is great. I'm on phase 8. You know, it's like I'm loving this place. It's like, yes, man. Yeah, go. I'm still hiking around. I'm still spending time in the woods. It's a lot of the stuff that I really liked about the Marine Corps, without a lot of the crap and getting shot at. That's a big plus. I drowned my troubles quite a bit. Alcohol, I drank a lot. And I still get nervous in public. I hate cities. I don't like them. You know, anytime something freaks me out, I always have a knife on me. Yeah, that's healthy. As weird as it is, My friends were like, you need to get out. You stress out way too much. I agreed with them and I trust their judgment. I was like, okay, I'm out.
But I am weak, so vulnerable. There's no place else to choose to go.
I'm not gonna lie to you and say that like I have it all figured out. I don't have any idea. There are days that I don't even want to wake up. I don't even want to be alive. I don't even want to be here. Being with her made me feel human. It made me feel like, you know, I'm more than just a killer. I'm more than just, you know, I'm more than just some vet. It made me feel like, you know, someone can love me and normally just like everybody else, and I can have a normal life, and I can have a girlfriend, and I can do these things, and it meant a lot to me. I had completely opened up to her, and I kind of brought her into the darker part of my life because I didn't want to be alone. I wanted to have somebody to understand me. I wasn't healthy enough to give her what she needed. I took this girl who had all this life and happiness and like just sucked it right out of her. I would have done a lot of things different. I would have tried to fix myself instead of thinking that there was nothing wrong. Would have got counseling. I mean, I've seen a psychiatrist, and it's hard. I think me and Chris are going through a lot of the same things. I would rather go to war than live a normal life because I'm not happy here. I'm not happy living a normal life. I don't feel like I belong. I don't feel like anyone cares. I just don't feel here. Maybe it's because when you're at war, you idealize America so much. You put it up on a pedestal of these great things that you can come home to that are worth dying for. And then when you get there and everyone's telling you you fought for a cause that was because corrupt men are in power, then what are you left with, you know? We're not valued because I think people are ashamed that we have to exist. And so since we're ignored in society, I guess a lot of us say, we'll go back to war. That's all we are. That's what you made us. We'll go do what we're good at. At least there we feel at home. At least there we feel like we belong. At least there we feel loved.
When I came out of the service, all I wanted to do was get on with my life. All I really wanted to do was forget about the war. And I did. The war at the prisoner of war camp had changed me. One day I finally blew up. I lit into my grandson. I didn't hit him, but I verbally abused him. I went ballistic. The next day, my wife, we sat down and talked, and she said, what you need is to go see a psychotherapist. So I took Donna with me to see a psychologist. What he said to me was, tell me about the war. An hour and a half, crying the whole bit. And at the end I said, Dr. Christensen, what's wrong with me? And he looked at me for about 2 minutes. And then he finally said, you were never deprogrammed after you came out of the service. You have a very high level of depression, anger. You never had a chance to let it out. Now it's all coming back to you after all these years. Sometimes if I've got my cap on, it has the combat infantry badge on it, some of the other things, you know. I walk down the street, some young man looks at me and looks close, and then I'll think, maybe he's in Iraq. Maybe he was over there. Hope he's getting help.
I need to vent. I'm so sick of being here, not doing anything, being pointless. Every day I see people that go to replace people that have been killed and guys that are not prepared. And they've got me sitting here guarding a tower. I hate it. I hate this. I've begged them to send me to 325 where all these people are getting hit. I want to go so bad. I'm ready to just pack up all my stuff and just start walking. Just go UA.
I haven't been back in school since August 2005, where I started up after pretty much a 4-year break. I'm back now. Sweet. I'm still floating. You go to school, you hang out, you meet new people, and there's a lot of cool people that go to school. It's good times. Social events, I still don't really go to those per se. I mean, I don't look like a Marine anymore. I haven't cut my hair in over a year. It's not something I try to hide, I guess. But it's not something I go out of my way to be like, I am a veteran. I was skiing this weekend.
He went down and was working with the kids in southern Utah.
If I was gonna say the one thing that helped him get through his heartburn that he got from over there, the best would be that, because he really came back a different person after that.
And
that's probably changed. I want to talk about changing a person. That changed him more than that Iraq thing.
He did that for a year, and there were counselors always available. And he did say to me one time, he says, "Yeah, because I think I made more use of the counselors than the kids did."
What I think Redcliffe did for me was just like, it basically let me kind of run away from society for about a year. So, like, it just takes some time to get things together. You know, I think I'm a lot better off now. The state of mind, you know, had a lot to do with it. In 3 days, it'll be 3 years that we shipped out. You never fully leave. And it doesn't necessarily mean you're not over it. It just means it's a part of your life that you're always gonna have there.
You know, I just have one burning question in my mind. What the hell was wrong with the animals over there? Every morning.
Known her since junior high. We didn't start dating real serious till this fall.
We used to talk about Iraq a lot. I was curious, so I'd ask. I was always nervous that I'd ask too much.
She didn't. She had every right to find out about what I was like and what I'd been through. You know, I probably couldn't have had a serious relationship until I did figure out some things for myself.
I just wish I understood more. I think that's the biggest part. I try. I don't know if he knows really how to have someone else understand, but I just want to know.
You realize what you want in life and kind of realize the direction you want to go. And I just think my religion, you know, just guides me. It motivates you and gives you that desire to help you help yourself. I don't think it ever entirely goes away, but I think you just learn to live with it.
Mellow yellow pillow making your jiggle like jello. Give it up with some mellow, just do the soccer mellow. I can shine like a summer off and glow. This is where you want to say I talk too slow, God.
So he found out that I played guitar and he wanted to be in a band, and so he said, "You want to start a band?" I said, "Sure," you know. And he said, "Well, okay, I'll start a band with you on one condition." And I'm like, "All right, well, yeah, okay, what is it?" So then we continue this when we get back to Provo. And I was like, "Yeah, well, that's the natural thing to do." And goes, "Good, because I need this. No, you don't understand. I need this." So, in case you wonder if there's a therapeutic effect in music, there is. Mark Patterson. right-wing punk.
I know some of my opinions are a little strong, but I'd be doing myself a disservice and everyone I talk to if I didn't say exactly how I feel. You live in a country that is infinitely better than you might imagine. Does that mean that we get everything right? No, heck no. I don't agree with everything that President Bush has done. In fact, I disagree with a lot of things he's done. But it's up to us as citizens to, step one, care. Step two, do something.
Ever since I've been home, I've consumed as much information and opinion and knowledge as I could about Iraq and the war in Iraq. And as the reasons for why we went appear more vague and elusive, and as the human toll seems to rise, I think a lot of people have questions, and I had questions that were unanswered, and I sought answers. I've definitely become more critical of even a lot of my own views. Analyzed my own opinions more. I think I understand more why people disagree with the war, and I think I may agree with some of them. I'm more comfortable now saying that I think the administration rushed, if not lied us into war. And I think that we got in over our heads, and I don't know, I just worry about it. And it doesn't change any feelings I have about my job. I plan to stay in the military for a very long time. I love it, and I'm good at it, and I enjoy it. And I think that what I do is noble and good and right, but that doesn't mean I want it to be used all the time. I haven't dated seriously since me and Jana broke up. I mean, I've gone out on dates, and I certainly want to, but it scares the hell out of me. I feel like almost as if when there's too much to feel, I can sometimes shut down. Just kind of push past it, because then you gotta get on with life, you know?
Those 10 months in Iraq, I went from planning to retire from the military to getting out as fast as I could and running as far away as I could, and I would never ever go back. They would have to throw me in jail, honestly. I would not go back in the military.
Kind of in a nutshell, can you describe the effects of violence on your life? Do you still have nightmares? Do you still have affections? And how's it changed you?
Well, it's just hard to move on with life in America. It's made it hard for me to just live my life normally, the way I would have had I not gone.
He has this real exuberance, and some of that was gone after he got back. More than anything, what I want for him is to get all of that exuberance back, you know, whatever form that takes. If he has to go sail around the world for 10 years, then cool, you know, as long as he's getting to be exuberant again, then I'll be all for it.
I'm getting ready to go to Asia. I don't plan on ever living back in America. Most Americans, I look at them and I don't understand. I know why they do what they do, but I can't put myself in their shoes. We have so much, and so many around the world don't even have enough. I can't live like that. I can't ignore it. And so I don't want to be a part of it anymore.
A woman's unexplained death in Tooele 9 months ago may now have an explanation.
Walter Smith, who is a former Marine and spent time in Iraq, went to the VA hospital last week and essentially confessed to the murder of his girlfriend, Nicole Spears.
Have you read any of the other ones that it says why he did it?
No. They all say the same thing.
When people think of a murderer, somebody that would drown their own girlfriend, they don't think of their friend. Smith was a person, he was my friend. That's what was hard with, the recent news, because it's like, well, there's another manifestation of all the baggage I get to walk around with every day.
Just goes to show you that you don't know how anyone's going to react. Some problems don't get worked out. Some things don't have solutions, and you just have to live with them. You can't get rid of all the demons.
So is he in jail?
Yeah. Doesn't even look like him. That does not even look like him at all.
We got married. Forever. What's up, man? Good, how you been? Just another Marine, buddy.
Was a Marine at one point in my life. Obviously not anymore.
Wore your heart
Those things.
on your sleeve.
Walking and talking. Yeah.
Invited all to watch you bleed. But in the end, you suffered all. Saw your face and took the fall.
It's coming up on 4 years. There's not a day goes by that I don't think about the war. I mean, it's been a hard road. It really has. I just take it one step at a time, 1 minute at a time if I have to.
I wasn't at peace till I really truly understood that no one will experience exactly what I went through. Just part of our jobs, I think, that we need to realize that. You gotta kind of learn just how to live again, live at home again.
I think the day that my trauma started was the day I came home. Being alone. Even when you're with other people, you feel alone because they don't understand you.
Most of the Arab world hates us because all they see is the bad. I really hate it when people have this mentality that, well, that's not our fault. Of course it's our fault. I want to help our country get on track. We can't afford to be apathetic. Everyone needs to be an activist, an idealist.
I've spent a long time, many hours and nights, trying to figure out what is the ultimate thing for me, and it's been completely pointless, and I'm not looking anymore. What I need to do is find something that is so good that all the moments that suck are worth it.
This road has all but taught me lessons about my lonely soul. I am young and getting wiser. Soon I will grow old. Strip my heart from misconceptions.